Alright, and we're live again. Thankfully, thank you to the great help of Histidine, who managed to help us with the crashing to desktop null point error issues. Apparently, it was back when we declared war on BlackRock that the issues started, when we became hostile to our own faction. And then our own faction sent invasion fleets to a couple of worlds that our faction already owned. And basically the game tried to invade our faction tried to invade itself. The game said, alright, you can do this, and then it tried to start the battle, and then it realized, wait a minute, we can't actually do this, and said, screw it, I'm out, and left. So, thankfully, we managed to fix that. I've fast-forwarded an in-game week or two to make sure it didn't crash a desktop again, and it did. And we're back here. So, we have what we had before. Going to drop our excess stuff off here from when we refit the Karkanos previously. We have a couple of Sabbat pods, and we switched to high-intensity lasers and a shard cannon instead of having the Iron Weaver ADC for the middle for point defense, and we have the high-intensity lasers instead of the Festus assault guns. They have 20 more flux per second and 20 more DPS, but they have higher range and perfect accuracy. And they also don't miss shots. Well, primarily that means they don't miss shots, and they can all focus something down. I could switch to Sunstorm PDEs for more flux efficiency, and they have a much higher burst damage, but they have half the DPS of the high-intensity lasers, as well as having 75% of the range. So I'm gonna avoid doing that for now. Still debating if I want to switch out these volley guns for more shard cannons. They're great for burst, and they have a nice spread to take out frigates, but you know what? Let's switch to shard guns. Where do I have some shard cannons? Down here. Shard cannons, they just have the extra energy damage hitting armor and hull. You can't beat that. And that'll also give us additional ordnance points to spend on capacitors. I'm also thinking of ditching the front Achilles LRMs for something else in these hardpoints, but it's really hard to find something for such a narrow hardpoint. Everything else is nicely turreted. These can only point directly forwards. I could go with the Dart SRM launcher. It does reload, but I don't see that as giving us an advantage compared to the current Achilles LRMs. Yeah. I kind of want something more useful, but maybe I'll switch these to ion torpedoes and control them manually. No, I'm already controlling the Sabbats. I'll leave the Achilles as they are. They're good long-range proc. So, fortunately, due to our crash desktop, we have lost a significant number of ships. We've lost at least one Knight, a couple Nevermores, and, most importantly, a Morpheus. I'm kind of pissed about losing the Morpheus, because I didn't save after I got it. The crash happened. Let this be a lesson to you. Save always. Forever. Now, we do have those two carriers. Have the Astral. I think I'm going to leave the Legion, honestly. We don't have another capital to replace it yet, but, it's 4 fighter bays. You know what? Yeah, let's replace it. We're slowly shifting to higher tech ships anyways. Do we have any other cruisers we can replace the Dominators with? We do have a second Karkanos. You know what? Let's get the Kumaraj out here and fit that up for a carrier. Right, everything's stripped off of it. Now, what do we want for the large hybrid turret? We have a bunch of universals. What would it give us if we autofit it? Alright, we got a Sunstorm PDE, and we have pulsed beam cannons, particle rifles, and Achilles LRMs. Do we have anything that's kinetic? Oh, these are kinetic. Okay. This is a huge amount of burst damage. You know what? Let's leave that as is. We have a ton of Taipan heavy interceptors, which have darts, focus lances, and Achilles SRM racks. A plasma injector, so those are quick interceptors. You have all the bombers already. Let's see if we can switch this for heavier bombers so your ship system is useful again. The Astral can teleport back to itself once the bombers blow their load. So I'm more likely going to go with the torpedo bombers and the kinetic bombers for these ones. Yeah, most of these ships are due to the I haven't really bought any of them. I've captured the vast majority from other factions. I haven't really bought any because I haven't seen a great opportunity to. I haven't fit the carpet. Haven't gone over it, so this is all of our bombers. Do we want this to fill the interceptor role? The middling range ship, it's got decent range on all this stuff. It's going to be hanging out in the front of the fight. I think Quick Interceptors is actually a good fit for it. So, you know what? I'm going to leave that as is. As such, we are going to need to hunt down another Morpheus. I'm still kind of pissed that I haven't, or that we lost the one that we got due to crashing to desktop with a null pointer exception. So, BlackRock is still vengeful. Let's see if we can provoke them into sending another kill ship at us, or kill fleet at us. Hopefully, those ones will start having the ship that we're looking for. While we wait, who do we want to piss off next? Let's work on clearing factions out. You know what? How big is Psy? They have 3 markets. I kind of want some more Nemean Lions. Let's aggro Psy. So Acheron, Acheron, Acheron. This is their only holdout in the entire sector. Let's remove them from it. Who are they allied to? Or I piss off half the sector. GMDA, Metalson, and Neutrino. Alright. Not too many. Size 4, size 6, and size 4. Let's take out the size 4s first. This Templar already took out that station out for us. Overwatch Station. I haven't actually seen any of this lore before because I've always played the randomized sector instead of the Corvus mode where each unique faction has their own custom-built home world and home solar system, I guess. Suitable for me? Oh, okay. BlackRock and Syndrian joined war against them already. How tough would it be to invade this? 100% chance of success, we wouldn't lose too much. Let's do so. They don't have any Nemean Lions, but they do have a Keto class carrier, which I'm interested in procuring. our carriers. Let's send all of our capitals and a couple of our destroyers, which are carriers. Let's fill the rest in with a couple of eagles. The ECM rating's dead even, so I would like to get that sensor jammer, but that's far on their side of the map. Yeah, they've already captured it. Now we're down weapons range instead of them. I still think we have a better setup if we just line up and trade fire. Given that they don't have the widest shield arcs, and we can just take advantage of that by shooting them from the side. Huh. Already being overloaded. These don't have EMP, so it's gotta be from... He shielded something he shouldn't have. I fire off a couple sabots, because I was about to overload. We're using mobility and coming from the side. Let's take out the Keto Carrier. That was a waste of sabots. Alright. I believe they're all retreating now. I don't think we're going to be able to finish the ship off before it retreats, though. We only have a few fighters on it. Be a shame if something happened to it. We can't claim victory yet. Now we can. Or not. Null pod class. Huh. I wonder what those are. Oh, they still have a ship. I'm hoping that some of these ships had Zone Scorchers. A weapon that I've been looking to get some more of in my fleet that's amazing against fighters and missiles. My Deracinator isn't fully charged yet, or off cooldown yet, so I'm just going to wait for that before I can get in range to jump on him. I'm going to hold fire so I keep my 0 flux speed boost until I'm close enough. Now, I can just use my Deracinator and take him out. Great. So who's angry with us now? Nomads are almost at hostile. We can get the Keto Carrier. Do so. That would require the AI to cooperate perfectly with me, and I don't want to gamble on that. My goal is to get a small, quick, very offensively minded ship and just dart around my capitals that I have harassing everywhere else. Basically set up a line of scrimmage and then just split around the sides and weaken their line more than ours gets weakened. What's that intel broker? Oh, you can just buy and sell intelligence data ships. Oh. Wait, war with anyone else yet? Oh wait, BlackRock is now... Really? That's not okay. Wait, I need more Marines. Oh, I'm full up on, Huh. Okay. Where do we equip you? Let's auto-fit you and see what we got. Mining pods. Alright, we gotta get something else. Base missile launcher? Nah, let's go with something else. With more ammo. What a laser torpedo pod. We need stronger fighters as well. Let's go for these. We already got 2 of them, so we don't have to buy any more. Now, we can stick our other carrier pilot. And our third one in here. Because we now have 3 capital carriers. They don't want to let us dock. What a shame. I'm docking anyways. Ooh, an enemy in line. I want another one of those. Do you have any zone scorchers? No. None of you do. Alright. Let's go with a lot of our smaller ships this time instead of all the big ones. Now, instead of having a few big ships, we're going to have a massive swarm of smaller ones all flitting around a little bit quicker. With my capital ship being, my flagship being one of the only 3 capitals. These ones are capitals and they are quite tough, but their primary purpose is being carriers for fighters instead of frontline combat. Unlike mine, where it pretty much only is frontline combat. Oh, and this ship does have a fair amount of point defense. Eh, I lied, it only has 2 little small amounts of point defense on the front and 2 mediums on the back. But that's enough to deal with most missiles that come in unless I'm facing a huge swarm. If I'm facing a huge swarm, the amount of fighters we have should be able to protect me and peel them off me. Sorry, ship, I didn't mean to get that close to you. Fortunately, the problem with a large fleet of fast ships is the slow ships get stuck in back and can't do anything for a while. Let's group these up a little bit more. I'm going to give our... Actually, our Aurora's pretty safe flanking around the side. I'm more worried about this destroyer. I'm going to give it a protect order on that knight. And... I'm going to order both of our Falcons to protect the Kumaraja and being around him. Now that Nevermore is in a not in the best of spots right now, being in the front. Nevermore's a skirmishing ship, so they're not meant to be part of the frontline battle. I'm gonna focus on the Nemean Lion before he takes out a lot of my fleet. And yeah, that destroyer is already overloaded. I'm firing all my sabots at him, trying to overload him, or make him lose a lot of functionality with his armor being shredded off, or being EMP'd. I'm gonna order this destroyer to retreat already. He's at like a quarter of his hull. We've already shredded the armor off of all of the right side of the Nemean Lion, so if we can overload him and then focus on that, he should explode shortly. Oh, we even shredded the armor off his left side, so he's got no protection left. I'm going to use my Deracinator to get to the side and get a good positioning on these guys. And arriving should damage them on top of everything else. Oh, he has a Zone Scorcher. Okay. Also, that hurts a lot. That's pretty much just entirely why I want one. I am very thankful for the Kumaraja's ability. It has an interdiction field which can stop enemy projectiles from getting to you, and there were missiles hovering in front of me because he reactivated that to save me. Use a jump again. That's the problem with that small shield that they have. If they are forced to protect against two things, or even just wide-angled things, they can't. That can only stop one of the two shots when they're spread apart like that. We've got one ship left. Set everyone to full assault to catch it if we can. Can autopilot this, and let's go watch. Alright. Its armor is shredded, and it should be dead shortly. Right. Claim victory and move on. I harry the retreat, consider ship recovery. Ooh, I can get a lion. Do so. And I got a Zone Scorcher. Perfect. It's a large ballistic point defense, it does fragmentation damage, and it just when it fires, it just is a giant zone of destruction. Okay. Although it is a large slot, I don't think I have anything I can put it on right now. They're most effective when spammed, rather than just one of them being put on a ship. Not a ship I want. Hey. Now, BlackRock improved, we're still inhospitable. I've got to piss them off so they send kill fleets again. Lost 269 supplies repairing our ships because we had another Nemean Lion. Let's equip you up. Got Zone Scorcher, Ricochet Gun, and Ricochet Gun. Those are high explosive, they do a fair amount of damage. Alright. I'll take it. Radar racks. Get cluster torpedoes. Yes, we can, and they're just better in every way. We don't have a single beam on here. Let's get rid of advanced optics. And switch these for cluster torpedoes. Points in flux dissipation so we can have our main guns running longer. And I'm okay with this. Pick up what marines we can get. And ditch the excess stuff we got from capturing. Okay. And now Sai should only have one market left after we took 4 processing. Yep, they have 1 planet left. Let's knock them out of the sector. Less competition for us later. Oh, that's a Grand Invasion fleet. Where are they invading? I don't know where they're going, but I've got to deal with them before I can take the rest of their base. Well, let's fight them at the same time we're dealing with Hephaestus. Prior Arch, they arrived in cut in half, mini auto factory, and a large shipyard grew from the auto factory. Unable to produce the largest ships, components in one piece, and so manual labor or skilled workers was required to assemble them. Okay. Let's take it. Now, when we're invading this, we're going to be fighting defense fleet and that invasion fleet, which means they have a lot more capital ships than they would otherwise. Yeah, they have double the capitals. They have 2 Nemean Lions and 2 Keto carriers. Luckily, we also have 2 Nemean Lions, but only 1 Keto carrier. With Kumaraj in here, it's really good against projectiles and missiles, and the Psy Nation has a lot of both. I'm also going to bring in the Bulldog because it has a lot of point defense built into it, and the Dominators. They're tough enough to survive barrages like that. Fortunately, they outnumber us drastically, so we're down 20% weapon range until we start taking more of them out. Hoping we'll get this sensor jammer here and reduce that slightly. But they'll just capture that and even it out again. Either way, we gotta take out 20 or so of their... 20 frigates if we want to get our weapon range back. Fewer capital ships, so once we start doing that, we'll start getting more and more range. Bring my shields up because I don't want to take armor damage unless I can help it. This is going to be a bit of a longer fight, so I want that staying power. I just need to get close enough for my shard gun to start working and forcing their shield to either drop or overload. If I only have my beams on them, they aren't going to drop their shields. These beams do nothing to shields. Everything else in my ship does. The ship is designed to force them to drop their shields so the giant red beams of death can destroy their hull. I'm getting a little bit too far up. I don't want to get flanked, so I'm gonna just back up a little bit. Oh, he vented. That's a very poor time to vent, friend. See, you vent when the enemy largest threat is dead, not when he's shooting you. The rest of the fleet's doing alright. They're not getting surrounded. They're having a nice line of scrimmage, but these two are stuck chasing a single frigate. I'm going to assign these two to kill that Keto carrier and hopefully get them back into the fight. I'm going to Deracinate off to the side. I'm getting surrounded by fighters. And I can destroy one of them immediately doing so. I'm not going to kill him unless he gets near me. I'm just going to move on. I don't feel like chasing a small, faster ship. Alright, one of our Nemeans ran out of missiles. Luckily, they still have 3 large slots of guns. Our Bulldog's in a little bit of trouble, but his point defense has been... Wow, he's overloading everywhere. I'm going to get in on this as well. Should be able to Deracinate closer, and the arrival should kill a few of those fighters. Yep, it destroyed a bunch, but I have to be careful now because I'm being surrounded. I'm going to back up, see if I can take out that frigate or destroyer, and then vent if I can. Oh, that was a That's an unpleasant torpedo. I hit with a Singularity Torp. See if I can throw a few sabots out at him to force him to overload or EMP some of his stuff. Are they in range? Please be in range. Nope, they weren't in range. Oh, yes they were. That's a relief. Yep, we've already destroyed enough, so we're up to full weapons range and they're down 10%. The larger the fleet is, the more ECM they have if the fleet commander has a certain skill. If they have that skill, each and every ship gives ECM rating, depending on their size. And if your ECM rating is higher than the opposing fleet's weapon ranges get lowered drastically. Those are very strong for dispositioning ships. Oh, I just got EMP'd. Now, where are their Nemean lines? I've only seen their Keto carriers so far. Fire another burst of sabots to overload his shields. Gonna vent while that wreckage is kind of in the way. And continue our damage. I'm gonna have to back up for a little. You know, I'm gonna relocate down here so they're not surrounding me anymore. Fire the last of our sabots out of this Keto carrier. Maybe we can finish him off with it. And we could. We finished him off at the last possible second before these got in. All these ships came in and covered for him. Now, we're getting flanked quite heavily on the left side. Our Bulldog's off chasing something. I want to tell him to retreat so we can bring in someone else who's more intact. I've got to get out of this slugfest so I can help the rest of my fleet who's being surrounded by these cruisers. Racinator's almost off cooldown again. I'm going to jump to the side of this guy and, oh, probably just take him out because he's almost overloaded already. Now let's continue on. Luckily, these ships don't have much for armor or hull, so once their shields are down, I'm able to completely burn through them. My Bulldog's in trouble. Those two Singularity Torps? No, those are laser torpedoes. I'm not raising my shields because I'm about to overload if I do. I want to see if I can take him out before I vent. I have enough armor to survive through a little bit of this burst right now. Yeah. You can see on the lower left corner of the screen, my armor's been shredded around the front of my ship, but I haven't really taken any hull damage yet. So unless I get hit by their Nemean Lion's main armament, I shouldn't be killed now. Or I can just keep my shields up. Good. They aren't even going to deploy them. Let's see if we can take out the rest of them and then continue on with our invasion. He's choosing to block me while he's letting the Dominator have a full... Nope, now he's blocking him and letting my explosive shots go through. That's the problem with very narrow shields. If you have 2 or more enemies shooting you from different angles, you can't do anything. Alright, our Bulldog retreated, we didn't lose him. That's very good. They're going for a second engagement with their Lions. I'm going to engage, and I'm going to transfer command to the Nevermore. I don't want to burn through too much combat readiness of my flagship. So let's send in the ships that we didn't send in last time. Now, we've run through most of our capitals, and they still have 2 Nemean Lions. That shouldn't be an issue because they have a lot fewer ships than before. So we should have the swarm advantage now while they have the big ship advantage. I'm hoping they don't have the point defense to deal with our fighters, but we only have 2 carriers, 1 capital and 2 cruisers. So we have less fighters than before, but we still have a decent chunk of them. Gotta be careful with this ship. It's not nearly as tanky as my Karkanos I was flying last battle. Oof. Took a lot of damage onto my shields from those torpedoes. Alright, one of our Falcons is taking quite a lot of damage. He's tanking the main line full up front. Alright, I'm gonna try to flank around him so he has to choose which side to defend against. I'm gonna fire some ion torps at him. Damn. He switched his shield to block the torpedoes almost immediately. I'm gonna wait until I can shred this armor off of him, and then I'm gonna see if I can drop a few more torpedoes into his internal workings. Ah, damn, he blocked it. I got a vent before I get overloaded. I'm just hoping he doesn't finish me off with his front guns. Gotta back off and vent. I'm trying to flank around to the side where he can't shoot me with his main guns. But now he has them lined up perfectly. Okay, I also have my antimatter lance lined up. The rest of our fleet is going to converge shortly on them. There we go. And I see the Kapesh bombing runs going through. And him? Yeah, he's overloading. He's just done. There's nothing he can do right now. Alright. Rest of our fleet's defeat, and he's just retreating, so I'm gonna claim victory. Gonna harry them, consider ship recovery, and we did lose a Falcon. We can't... I don't really care for the Keto carry as much. I was looking more for the main lines, but it looks like we can't recover any. Proceeding with the invasion. I think they might have dropped a ship elsewhere that we can grab once we finish the invasion. Perfect. And they have been driven from the sector. Let me go and sell all this crap that I just got so I'm not wasting supplies from being over my limit. If I really wanted to make this last, or get the most money, I'd have to sell it at different locations, but I'm not going to haul this around that long. Take the 300k. That'll fit you. Sure, you're a bit different from before, but this'll work. Here are hardened subsystems and add ITU. You don't run out of peak operating time, you just die. Good, now let's go see if we can find any lions. What is this? Smuggler. Damn. Hoping it was a derelict ship. No main lines for us. I will pick up more Marines, though. And a few more crew. Make up for the ones we just lost. Even 6,000 crew. Ooh, let's drop our last point in helmsmanship. Now we get that 0 flux boost up to 5% flux, which is very nice for us. I'm gonna save quickly, and then we can go piss off Blackrock again. Because apparently they hated Psy Nation, and they won't send vengeance fleets after us anymore. So a favor by taking them out. But I want those vengeance fleets. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run, drop by the Prism Freeport, see if they have anything interesting, i.e. Morpheus, and carry on. Got a sustained burn going, so this shouldn't take us too long to get there. As long as we get out of that planetary ring. You tracking me or hunting me down? Oh, yep, Psy Nation, hostile fleet. Eh. $1 million credit bounty. What is that? Chasing such a small convoy. Seems wasteful. Anything interesting up here? Huh. What are you? Interesting looking refit. But you, I've never had you in a battle before. I don't know how you work. Got a bunch of torpedo launchers built into you. Baryonic drive. Speed boost at the expense of being unable to turn use shields, often used to ram into enemy ships. But why would you ram them? You can't use shields. Oh, nothing I really want. Alright, let's go piss off Blackrock. Again. Now, what planets do they have? How many markets do they have? First. Back in directory, Blackrock. They have 3 markets. Nice, nice, Valhalla. Let's go to nice. Make sure sustained burns on. Takes too long if it's not. And I don't really care if they see us coming. Now, I don't want to completely end our, I don't want to completely end their war, so I'm not going to take over the planets. But I do want to invade them to see the defense fleets they have. You let me shop? No, you won't. I drop my transponder and then shop. Oh, nope, Blackrock Patrol tracking my movements. Alright. How about a raid and pillage? Now, what fleet do you have to stop me? Nothing that I want, so I'm not going to do so. That dropped us down to... Alright, we are almost aggroed with them. I can't exactly get away with visiting with my transponder off to see what they have, can I? Nope, so I'm just going to invade. Proceed with the invasion. No Morpheus. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's get both of our Nemean Lions. I really like these ships. They're fairly reliable. Blackrock fleet, I should go with extra insurance because they are scary. I'll send out those 2 carriers when I wouldn't normally. Beautiful ship design. Whenever they vent or they use their active system, all those armor panels just collapse down and completely cover their internals. And they become a lot harder to kill if they ever do that. Yeah, those fighters are ridiculously quick. I really like that, the amount of presence they bring. That phase shift can be an issue, because it can just pop out of phase, use the ship system to get rid of all its flux 2 or 3 times, and go back into phase without venting. Yeah, when he uses his system, smaller enemy ships like frigates and fighters get stuck as well as the projectiles, so it's a lot easier to hit them with all of our other weaponry. I'm not using my Deracinator to jump in quite yet, because I feel like I'm more effective just being in the front line and having the amount of guns I have pointed forwards. Taking out whoever I can opportunistically, rather than going for the flank. I take out that guy. Nah, he's too far away. Maybe. I got a shield back just in time. I'm going to Deracinate forward. I shouldn't be in too much threat from the rest of the fleet here if I go do that and then immediately back up. How about this Scorpion class? I damage you significantly, if not kill you. Good. Now I can vent here. I have enough armor, so I'm not too scared of a huge torpedo barrage. I'm willing to vent in dangerous places. Take him out because he's already overloading. Now I can refocus on the ships near me. Take out their carrier so they have less presence. Really good Kapesh bomber flank from my AIs there. Right, let's Deracinate. Nope, there's Nevermore. I'm not going to jump into there. Not when they have bomber fighters in the area. I'm going to vent while I'm covered by that little bit of wreckage. And now try to maneuver so we can take out the Nevermore. Let's not overextend either. There's 2 of them, so if we can flank him, he's stuck with frontal shields, so he can't do anything right now against our high-intensity lasers on his flank. I'm gonna fire off 1 salvo of my Sabbats against him. There we go. Able to overload him, and we can finish him off from that. Hopefully. Fortunately, we are almost out of... We are almost overloading as well there, so I couldn't quite have as much damage as I'd like. Firing my Sabbats at him to finish him off. I only have 1 more salvo left. Oh, he's gonna explode. This is gonna hurt. A little bit. Now let's flank the Kumaraja. He's great at stopping projectiles, but with how many beams we have, we should be able to overwhelm him. Especially because he's already at high flux. And I'm going to pop my Sabbats as well. This should change the, Yep, that was enough to overload him and kill him. My lasers... Wow. Just barely didn't have enough range. He didn't even have a single pixel of hull left. Oh, crap. Apparently pissing off them pissed off a lot of other people. What the followers? Did I piss them off too? I don't think I did. Further retreat, ship recovery. I don't feel like getting another Kumaraja. I'm fine with what I got right now. Salvage, ditch some metals because they're kind of worthless. Let's not invade. Did that change the raid and pillage defense fleet at all? No, it has not. So let's quickly go to this independent world, or this follower world. Make sure the followers don't hate us anymore. Followers friendly, good. And let's ditch our extra stuff here while we wait. Now let's go to the independent world instead. Repair here, check out what they have for sale, but this is This world flits around the outside of the sector far too much for us to visit it reliably. Go to the follower world instead, or the independent. It stays quite close to the center. We already have storage bought here. So, let's ditch our extra fuel and supplies here. Taking up so much supply room. Or so much cargo space. We're at 4,000. We only 3,000 of its supplies, so let's ditch another 1,000. And this weaponry. The large ones at least. They take up a lot of room. Okay. And sell the metals. Alright, how much does BlackRock hate us now? Are they at negative 100 yet? No, we've got to get that down so they'll send vengeance fleets on us. Who else are we at war with now that we've pissed them off? Sindri and Diktat. And almost at war with a bunch of other people. Oh, they're still chasing us. Awkward. So, what's their defense fleet look like for raid and pillage? Same thing. Nothing I want. So, let's invade instead. Oh wait, you don't even have a defense fleet. Did I invade you previously? Okay, or did I invade BlackRock? I'll go check BlackRock and see if they have a defense fleet ready for me. Checking every fleet in case they have a Morpheus. They have 2 Imaginoses here, so I kind of want to fight them and take those. And if I can get that Asura phase carrier, I wouldn't mind. Oh, they just jumped away. Where were they going? They're probably gonna have to take one of my worlds. I'm gonna let them, because I want to be able to go back and chain invade a world that's closer to home. Right, 2 Imaginoses, no Morpheus, unfortunately. Double Nemean Lion, our carriers are going in, and I want us to have our cruiser line as well. They're mobile enough to deal with BlackRock's aggression, and tanky enough to survive if they get jumped on. They also have a good amount of kinetic damage with the Eagles and the Falcons here, which should be able to pressure BlackRock. BlackRock's weakness is sustained kinetic damage over time, and not giving them a chance to vent. Also, their ship's getting really cocky and deciding to just go up and suicide like that. But it's an Imaginos, so it can actually do that. I forgot how much better the AI is at flying those than I am. If I just jumped straight in front of a giant fleet full of capitals, I just immediately pop. I'm gonna raise my shield just in case. I feel like giving me anything for free. I'm focusing on the frigates more than the Nevermore because I just want to take out the small fry, the ones that I can pop immediately before I focus on the large ones. Small fry are ignorable until they aren't, and they just pop out of nowhere with a bunch of torpedoes and wreck your ship. But you, the Destinova. You're a fast attack destroyer, so if we can take you out before you're able to jet in and take us out with a moment of weakness, it'll be a little bit of a relief. Right, we got rid of one of the Nevermores on the enemy side. We haven't taken out any of their Imaginoses yet. I get my high kinetic beams on you, or high damage explosive beams on you. Almost took him out. I want him taken out, so let's just finish him. Perfect. I'm probably gonna have to deal with the Psy fleet as soon as I get out of this combat. No, they aren't chasing me. They got distracted by something else. I thought he was dead, so I vented. He raised his shield at the last possible second, so we have to keep fighting him. Okay. I've got my Deracinator almost off the cooldown. As soon as it is, I'm going to jump in behind this Silverfish and try to take on the other cruisers here as well. Or destroyers. These are destroyers. Oh, I Deracinated right into the back line there. I did not expect them to send reinforcements in right at that second. That was a little bit of a mistake. But you're overloading too. Maybe I can just take these guys out. And dodge those. Dodge one of them. See, it wasn't a mistake. It was a masterful plan. Everything worked out in the end somehow. We got a bunch of Destinovas and the Kumarajas ready. They haven't sent in their Karkanos yet, though. Yeah, when he's using that interdiction field, he cannot use his shields, so any high explosive beams like the ones I have are amazing against him. Fire a couple of Sabbats before I overload. Oh, this hurts a lot. Alright, I'm gonna vent now, because they just did a bombing run on me, and they aren't ready to take advantage of my vent immediately after. My Sabbat launchers are disabled from their bombing run, so I can't even capitalize on him being in front of me. Okay, good, I managed to fire it off. At least. Good. That Sabbat charge overloaded them and let my high-intensity lasers finish them off. Block that on my shield. There's their Karkanos. I'm gonna jump in behind him. He already jumped, so he can't dodge me now. See if I can EMP his engines with the Sabbats. Nope, but I am able to just take him out. That's the problem with the teleporting battleship matchups. Whoever teleports first loses. Oh crap, I forgot he exploded after he died. And now I'm flamed out. Luckily, I'm drifting towards the enemy still, so I can shoot them with my one remaining turret. Alright. I don't care. Oh, there's an Imaginos left. No, I want him. Finish him off. Not likely, he's just teleporting and running. Alright, I'm gonna claim victory. Here, the retreat, consider ship recovery. Ooh, I got an Imaginos. Another one. I like that. I'll wait and see if I can get a one single D-mod Destinova. Cancel the invasion. What are you? Do you have any ships I want? No, you don't. There's the Psy Nation Secret Fleet. You know what? I'll just take them out and stop them from chasing me. Let's deploy who we didn't send out last time. And the people who just don't care and can get chain sent out time after time after. Alright. The biggest advantage of the low-tech ships, like the Dominators here, is that high-tech ships like the Karkanos and the Morpheus, the Imaginos, etc., they use maybe a third of their combat readiness each time they're sent out, and that takes a little time to recover. These ships use like 5 or 10%, so they can just get sent out in battle after battle after battle and not care, and still be just as effective. Versus the be in battle one time and then have to go back for repair ships that I'm flying. I think this one loses like 25%-ish per battle. Yeah, I was at 100% before, I'm at 79% now, and I repaired a little between battles. So when I leave this battle, I'm going to be down to almost 50%. Which means I can maybe do one more, and then can't be sent in again. Versus the Dominators, who can be sent in for another 5 or 6 more battles, without even sweating about it. Alright, their big ship is the Nemean Lion. I'm not too threatened unless that one's on me. The rest of them have scary missiles, but they don't really have any terrifying weapons to capitalize on the overloading from their missiles. And they don't have enough missile spam to overload and kill me with them. I'm gonna vent when I'm not pressured. Alright, well, I'm not gonna go too far up, but let's get a little bit closer. That's the enemy line. I'm gonna focus on that now. Let's fire off my Sabbath, see if we can overload them. They are facing the wrong direction. Good. Our high-intensity lasers are popping off their armor really quickly. But I'm going to vent before he turns to face me fully, so I'm able to shield it without overloading. Or some of his front armor. Good, and we have a flank going on him as well. Gonna deracinate closer, maybe overload him with it. Nope, too far away. I played that a bit too safe. If I got closer, he would have been overloaded immediately. Prepare the retreat, ship recovery. Couldn't get the Nemean Lion. Oh crap, that fleet's still chasing me. Can I get out of interdiction range? Yes, I can. Now, where's that independent world? Back that way. Got it. Yeah, I'm at 61% now and repairing 3% per day, so it'll take me a while unless I station up and repair there. I see this one. Oh, whatever. Repair up here. Sort and sell the excess crap. I might have to see if I can pick up an extra freighter or two when I'm out here to carry everything back with me. Any freighters for sale? Nope. There any BlackRock mining ships or mining fleets that have freighters in them? Go around and keep looking. Alright. What a great invasion fleet. They're heading to Corvus, so they're heading to our homeworld. They still don't have the ships I want, so I'm not going to chase them down. You don't have another fleet ready yet? No, you don't. Ah. I didn't expect the small ships to actually try to stop me. I'm just going to send in a few ships. I'm not sending in anything big, even. 51 supplies worth, and I'll fly the Imaginos. I don't remember how to do this. Fly this thing. Oh, he has a turret in the middle of a ship. I didn't realize that. Alright, I cannot fight him alone. Nothing I want. Cancel the invasion. What would the raid fleet be? The raid fleet has a Morpheus. I want this ship. I'm doing this. A very important ship, get out there. That Morpheus is priority 1. It needs to die more than anything else in their fleet. So, Mortog, how have you been? What have you been up to recently? It's been a while since we've talked. Yeah, I'm glad I have these high-intensity lasers, because these beams are going to be very good against the Morpheus as well. Might be the only thing that we have that's super effective against it. That's it. Don't see it yet. Focus on... Oh, there it is. We take down the knight before it shows up anywhere else. I'm temporarily invulnerable and just getting out of there with the Deracinator as fast as I can. I don't want to take any more torpedoes to the side. Perfect. High-intensity lasers are amazing against it. Note to self, when flying Morpheus, avoid high-intensity lasers. Fortunately, he has a fleet large enough to cover his retreat, so I took a lot of damage making sure he died. Now we roll the dice and hope that the Morpheus is one of the 25% of ships that we are able to capture after battle. Yeah, speaking of which, I should really play that Pokemon game I was gifted a little bit ago. I think it was Pokemon Sun. Got around to it yet, but I really should. I think I'll start that up tomorrow. I'm just gonna let you guys go. Claim victory. Here, the retreat. Recovery, please. Yes! This is what I was looking for. We proceed with the raid. We lost 72 Marines. Holy crap. But, wow. We got a lot of stuff. Now let's see what we can carry and what we gotta ditch. What's the least expensive? Food is 20, ore is 10. Let's ditch ore first. Now, food after that. 30, you're at 30. 75, 30. Ditching the metal next, because that's most likely to be, than the organics. They're most likely to be sold, or devalued at certain areas, because they're the most popular things to sell. 50 for domestic goods. So you're next to go. 75 for transplutonic ore versus 30 for volatiles. Let's get rid of the volatiles. Save a small amount for our own fleet's usage. And then transplutonic. I'm just going to leave it as is. Oh, crap. I'm gonna rename you. Let's just call you Red October. You were tough, hard enough to find. Had to hunt for you for quite a long time. We're gonna have to fight them. They have a lot of allies. They don't have any true capital ships, but 26% combat readiness. Do I want to fly this into that? No. It's not ready yet, and it doesn't have any hull mods. So, after this combat, I will be able to set that up. I am setting out my best ships. I am not risking losing this ship again. I don't care if I'm matching their cruisers 1-to-1 with capital ships. I want that ship intact. Alright, they just reduced our weapon range. You saw it flicker down when they got that sensor jammer. We're now at minus 8% weapon range. As soon as we start killing their ships, that will reverse, though. We'll gain our 8% back and start reducing theirs up to 20%. Luckily, since I just recently got that extra skill for navigation, I'm able to travel at full speed with my shield up when I'm at 0 flux. Compared to before, where raising the shield gets rid of that 50 top speed 0 flux engine boost. Now, what did you find, fighters? You're boosting away at high speeds. Oh, the enemy fleet. Ooh, they have an Imaginos. We take that out. I'm not gonna go for that. I'm gonna... Holy sh... That's a swarm of small ships if I've ever seen one. We've just got to play this smart and not get surrounded. So if we stay in a giant death clump, aka get in a giant damn death clump around this Nemean lion, we should be fine. I don't know what these ships are off doing. That is a lot of small missiles. Where are those coming from? What are they? I'm gonna wait until I see them being fired, then figure out what they are. All I want that Kumaraja behind me to do is use his ship ability to stop the projectiles while I'm venting. Thank you. Alright, they came from you. Light Dart SRMs. Alright. Alright, the fleet's mostly grouped there. They're starting to flank around the south side of my fleet, but we have enough capitals there, we should be able to hold them. I'm going to start trying to flank around the north side of their fleet in return. Both to cut off their retreat path and start taking out some of their larger carriers and ships up here that provide the backbone of their fleet. I'm almost overloaded already. I was hoping to get here and just take out a few ships and provide some pressure before I had to vent. So as soon as I take out this Thanos class, no, let's get the frigate too. Now I can vent safely. And they're sending in reinforcements right above me. I've got to retreat fast. Make my way back into Death Ball. Right now I'm being surrounded, and that's not a place any capital ship wants to be. Taking torpedoes as well. I'm just waiting for my Deracinator to come off cooldown, and then I can go to the side of the fleet instead of being threatened by both sides. Or I can just take out the Nevermore here. Alright, and then vent. Alright, let's go up here. Shouldn't have wasted my Sabbats there. Oh, will they retarget? Yes, they will. Looks like they're retreating now. We've broken their will. Yeah, they have too many small ships for us to really catch with our capitals. We played that fight very well. They couldn't really get through our shields to touch us at all. I don't even think anyone's missing any hull. Let us claim victory anytime soon now. Retreating all your smaller ships. There we go. They're gonna move for another engagement. Really? Alright. I gotta transfer command. My flagship's running really low. I'll try this ship out. Let's see what its giant cannon's like. Now let's deploy what we haven't deployed previously, and what still has a decent chunk of combat readiness. We shouldn't need more than this. Let's get the Bulldog out as well. So what is this cannon like? Long range? Charges up quite a long time. When it fires, it's... Oh, that's... seems significant. What's this mobile CIWS? It's a drone. It's a couple drones. Holding pattern for your Mercon. Let's put them in holding pattern around me. And they give me nanoneedle miniguns. Alright. The torpedo bot has 48 torpedoes. I'm gonna put you in auto fire. How many do you fire at once? Wait until I get someone in range to test that. I'm gonna order my fighters to engage, so they'll leave me behind since this ship's so slow. I don't care who they engage, I just want them to go up and engage. With the torpedo bot, let's check you out. You fire only one at once? Yeah, you're going on auto fire and staying there. Now, out this gun. How effective is this against this thing? That didn't do anything. I feel a little bit gypped. Let's try it against you. And I missed because you dodged. Maybe? Nope, I hit you and flame. Oh. There's a lot of EMP. Okay. That's surprisingly more effective than I thought it was. I'm gonna order my drones to go into free roam mode as well, so they can now try to aggress on them a little bit more. I want to fire this gun, but I'm worried my my ship will get in the way. That is really good for overloading shields. Alright. Gonna end the battle before he explodes even harder. Carry the retreat. Consider ship recovery. Don't want to take anyone here. I could get another Nevermore with only compromised armor, or I can get a knight or another tanker. How much cargo space do you have? 250. You? 200. Nah, I'm not gonna get anyone. Oh, ugh. Drop the metals, and... drop some fuel as well, because I was over that capacity. Continue, because I think I'm close enough to the, I'm not even close. This will burn through a lot of supplies getting there. Blackrock. Executors dispatched from Blackrock. Alright. We get to test out the Morpheus against those, then. Prepare everything immediately for 620 supplies. Sort that, and then let's sell all the excess scrap on the black market here. And let's keep about 100-something machinery. It's 20k. Yeah, this stuff here is really devalued. 2 credits per unit when it's base of like 150 or something. I've sold too much crap here. But now I get to fix these guys up. Actually, let's store the Imaginos here. Let's fix up this Morpheus, which is my new flagship. Restore. 259,000 to get rid of a single compromised armor. I'll do so. Now, first thing, I want reinforced bulkhead so it doesn't die as easily. Second, I need hardened subsystem so it can stay in combat longer. Now, what weaponry do I want to give you? I'm kind of leaning towards shard cannons right now. It does very interesting things to everything. You've seen Macross Missile think Macross Missile Massacre, and then combine that with teleporty bullshit. Or not teleporty. It doesn't teleport, it does everything else, though. With shard no. It's so tough deciding what to give it. Shard cannons. Now let's get this up to 18, and maybe dump the rest here. Yeah, I like that. Alright. I'll show you what this does in a simulation. Let's find a bunch of small ships, see if I can pop them like kernels. Alright, 6 small ships. Now, it has a Void Buster, which is a really short-range laser that does more damage the higher flux I am. But its other built-in weaponry are Arclight LFOs. So say if we want to take out that Hound, we shoot these things at it. Or ship was out of range. But, alright, let's get in range then. Its ship system is a little dash thing that makes it so I have 0 inertia maneuvering and can do whatever I want. It also includes put the beam wherever I want it. Now the other ability is if there's a bunch of stuff shooting out, I can absorb it and fire it out as little projectiles. So if, say, someone decides they want to shoot me, instead of being... No, let's get a bigger ship in here so you can see. How about an Onslaught? There we are. So an Onslaught's going to fire a bunch of stuff at me. I can just say, give me all that stuff, and fire it back out as a giant beam. Put Arclights on auto-fire. Just continue with that kind of thing. Absorb everything. Say, piss off, send it all back at them. Vent in about a second. Oh, did I mention that when I have a low flux, my armor, you can see in the bottom left, regenerates even in combat? So, if I don't take hull damage and only take armor damage, I can just keep doing this, keep absorbing everything he sends at me, fire it back. God, that really... Don't stand in front of an onslaught, even if you're in a bullshit ship. Please. It's not a good recipe for success. I'm gonna wait for my armor to come back. Flank on the side with my slip jets. And I'm gonna try something else. So, know that you can extend the duration of this by going into a ship, so let's try it. Absorbing everything while inside of him, and pop out of him, and let's Void Blaster him. Which we also take less damage while using. Unfortunately, if you use it at max flux, you disable it temporarily. Also, while the laser beam is channeling, you take half damage or less. So if we get behind a ship like here, we can just keep going and do whatever we want to it, basically. I didn't stop shooting in time. Whoops. But it's great. In the middle of a combat, you can just steal the bullets from all the ships around you, yours and the enemies, and just have a giant wave of little green energy blobs going elsewhere. So, it is able to fight capital ships one-on-one. It'll take it a bit, but it can do it. But these generate far too much flux. So I'm not going to go with that anymore. Oh, that thing. Huh. No, let's see. It does 3,000 damage and 3,000 EMP damage. Yes, it will one-shot any small ship that it hits. And it deals EMP damage through shields to ships near the point of contact. Yeah, this thing is terrifying. But what do I want to stick on you instead of the shard cannons, I wonder? It can't be too much flux, because I was overloading far too quickly there. Maybe I'll just go with Dart SRMs. Yeah, let's go with Dart SRMs. Put those to auto-fire. And have it on the side. I'm gonna go with Particle Lances. Let's set the arc lights to auto-fire. Can I put safety overrides on this thing? I can, but it's probably a terrible idea. Nope, I don't even have that hull mod enabled. There's a hull mod that adds a bunch of ordnance points that you can use at risk in exchange for sometimes making your stuff break. Alright, let's go hunting for another one, and try to see if we can get any Black Rock Raiders. Nah. I've noticed I was able to kill this ship incredibly easily because I noticed a weakness it had. I took the Karkanos and I killed it in about 2 seconds because I have 2 high-intensity lasers, which do 500 high-explosive DPS per second. This thing doesn't have a teleport, and it already blew its phase to absorb stuff, and it can't phase to absorb beams, so it can't dodge it either because they have perfect aim. It just sat there, didn't have a teleport, can only jump forwards, and once it got in range of the beams, it just immediately died. should give this to my, I'll give that to you instead of the Nemean Lion. I have to get freighters now. They don't sell any. Is that a BlackRock fleet I see? That is a BlackRock fleet I spy. It has a cargo tanker. Or not a cargo, it has a fuel tanker and a bunch of Imaginoses. Well, let's test our new ship out. Unless we're going to get interrupted. Hi. That's a lot of ships. Be a shame if something, Wait, what do you mean they're not currently hostile? How are they not hostile? I'm so confused. What happened? See you later, Murtog. Okay, log. Please tell me what occurred. Elders and the Sindrian Dictator have set aside their stuff and... Huh. Improved by 58. And Dictat are allied to the BlackRock. Wow. You know what? Whatever. Let's see if I can buy a, Nah. Or Patriot a bunch so you're no longer inhospitable. So I can buy some stuff from you. Ah. That was a waste. Although it might be worth pissing them off again if I see another Morpheus. Yeah, it'll be, many months. That sucks. Oh, Vigil Station. Hey, that means all their Grand Invasion fleets didn't take any of my planets. So I suppose that's a plus. What is that? Oh, that's a Miraja. Nothing too special. Same here. That sucks. I'll grab what I can. I need a better way of carrying stuff. A buffalo only holds 20? Or this is a modified buffalo? Nope, this is a typical buffalo. 44. Wow. I've really got to find a better way of doing this. Ditch this fuel, ditch that. I wonder if there's any bounties nearby. No? Alright. No available missions or postings. Really? Right, I'll just grab this and outfit it so I don't leave it here. I'm gonna grab the important things out of here and leave everything else for when I can come back and really get it with a proper fleet. So, big weaponry, check. Gale battery, yes. Iron Weaver, don't care. Actually, I can just grab all the weaponry. It doesn't take up much room. Yeah. Take all the weaponry and all the supplies I can hold. Alright. Looks like I'm maxed out now. I'll leave this here for next time. Now, head back to Corvus, drop all our stuff off, and see if we can... Who are we at war with? Who's in our system? Neutrino? Let's piss off the Neutrino. Oh, we should keep our eyes open for any bounties nearby. Huh. How long is that active for? Titan Yadav, 22 days. How long would it take to get there? 26 days. Not happening. None of these derelict ships look important, so I'm not going to deal with it. Corvus, Jungle Out. Let's go and jump here. This looks like roughly where we should be. Close enough. Now, let's see if we can get a mission first. Let's take on some IVVs. How big is the Neutrino faction? They have 4 markets, all in Corona Australis and then Corvus. Who are they currently at war with? Not too many people. If I attack them, I'd piss off a lot of other people. Let's do some IVVs. Rank through those a bit too. Teresa Terror. Take that mission. Now I gotta figure out where she is. Wait, she was seen in Corvus? Oh! Okay. So I get to store a ton of stuff, including all fuel that I don't need anymore. I love when they're in the system you're in. You don't have to go anywhere. Like, money's just walking this way to you. What do I want to drop here? I'll drop one of my Nemean Lions. I have a bunch of carriers. I'll drop the Siege Carrier. Yeah, Siege Carrier. Drop off the Nevermore here, because I don't really send it in by itself too much. One of those ships. Which one had less D-mods? Take that one back. If you only had one. You really only have a medium cannon and a large amount, and I've been using you. This kind of offends me a little bit. At some point, I should really go around and make sure that all of these have optimal loadouts, but at the moment, I just don't care enough. I only really mess with the ships that are my flagships. Everything else, I just pick whatever works on them. You got a Kayak and 2 HE. Yeah, that's a lot of flux, but that's a lot of DPS. It's a huge amount of burst, too. That should be enough to connect, overwhelm, whatever. Cluster torpedo pods, acceptable, and a lot of point defense. Alright. I have too much crew. Drop some more there, too. Now, where is this chicken Corvus? Getting some pings up that way. I'm gonna bet that's her because I don't see anything else nearby. No. Probably fake neutrino scans. Now, where is she, I wonder? Let's check down here. I mean, she should come for me as soon as she sees me in the system. Out this way. Found her. Oh, she's dieable. That might actually hurt a little bit. We don't really have good point defense. Oh well. Oh, that a fleet? You call that a fleet? Yeah, that's probably a pretty good fleet, actually. I want that Pandemonium Maelstrom if I can get him. This one, the Mod Cruiser, I don't really care for. So we need our carriers out more than anything else. And I'm going to stick the Banshee Norn back in storage. I don't really... Or I should go back and re-equip it. It's full of crap right now. I'll deploy the Aurora because it's safe enough to hide behind its shield without any problems. Alright, let's bring the Morpheus in for its first real combat. We are up in ECM rating barely. I'm rating a comm relay, I never use them. Vapor, can we take this out? Ooh, a Versant. Yeah, they have beam weapons, my greatest weakness. Not a problem anymore. That was our bounty target, so we can be sure that we're going to get the payment now, no matter what else happens. I'll take those torpedoes and not have them hit my fleet, thank you. Better generate some armor. I just got a hit on my hull. Oh, that was painful. Notice how don't deal with pandemonium. They hurt like hell. Leave that to big ships meant to kill them. Oh! That was a huge explosion. I didn't know it could do that. What did I absorb? Entirety of a fleet's DPS? Probably. It's funny, the ship's only effective when it's being shot at. If they were any closer, I'd go after them. Unfortunately, they're really far away. I don't really have any freighters right now. Yeah, let's go piss off half the galaxy. Neutrinos ho. Or not. Solar flare. Waiting for the solar flare to go away so I can actually get to the station. There we are. Nope, still solar flaring. This is incredibly inconveniently timed. There we go. Civilian transport, not the freighter I'm looking for. I don't think you have anything that I want. No. Instead, let's, We're going to piss off everybody right now. Fortunately, our free invasion didn't work because the solar flare pushed us away. So, how many people are hostile now? Hostile 2 now. Assault Miokin. That's it. Oh, Neutrino, the Nomads. That's surprisingly few. I expected them to have better friends than that. What are you? You have 6 fighter bays. Ooh. And good thing, at least you don't have any swarm drones. Gage, let's see how this fares against you. Let's go with these. And we're winning ECM. They don't have any ratings at all. That's pretty good for us. Oh, your phase ship. Ugh. Hi. Can you just stop, please? Thank you. Ooh, that's a lot of DACA. Fortunately, those point defense lasers actually gonna... are what's going to hurt the most to me. I was running the rest of the real combat here. Not messing off on my own. It's a nice missile swarm you got there. Shame if something happened to it. I overloaded myself. Woo! Oh, this is gonna hurt. Never mind, that doesn't do any damage. But those are like torpedoes or something. The fighters are terrifyingly big. Those are like frigates. Are you retreating? You totally are. Come back. No, you don't get to retreat. Oh, that's not good. Armor, come back. Thank you. It's a lot of fighters. Alright, so apparently I found something else that Morpheus is really bad against. Fighter spam. Anything interesting? Dark matter beam cannons and a couple miseries. Alright. Sure. Probably a good siege ship. Yeah, sure. I'll accept it. Actually invade this place. Unique Charbdis? Gotta go to fleet. Maybe. I can't even make it halfway there with what I currently got for fuel. Oh, what next? Do I want the extra missile damage? Tempting. Or I can start moving way to 15% extra damage to shields. Or I can get this, because I have regenerating armor. Let's get the extra damage to shields. Since if I'm going to be piloting this ship, I'm not going to be using that many missiles. And if I'm going to be firing in the middle of the combat, all those little self-tracking balls, a lot of them are going to hit shields, and I want to be able to overload the enemy if I can. But I think that's it for tonight. So, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.